All right, Israel, we are here to do another lesson. Going to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. That's giving all praise to the Father, which is Yahweh, means He is to be, He exists, the Almighty, the Ultimate, the Most High, His Son, Yahweh Shai, who they ignorantly call Christ, which is, He is delivered, He saves. We're going to say Barak Da Yahweh, Barak Da Yahweh Shai, Barak Da Yahweh, Barak Da Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostle, elders, great millstone man, salutation to the brothers, teaching word for the hopeful elect. Hopeful elect families, wives and children, man. Gonna get right into it. First Samuel 10 and 19.
So 1 Samuel 10 and 19. And ye have this day rejected your power, who himself saved you out of all your adversaries.
Yeah, all our adversaries are all them nations that we are captive under, man. Greeks, Romans, Babylonians, the Assyrians. You know, go ahead.
And your tribulations.
And your tribulation, go ahead.
And ye have said unto him, Nay, but set a king over us.
That's what they want. They wanted a king instead of the Most High. You know, so even in the time of King David, King Saul was, you know, there too. You know, so Israel, you know, that they still be choosing like that today, even with these false leaders, man, like Grandmaster Jay and all that. Them little small shepherd leaders that used to be out in the street, like Al Sharpton and, you know, Jesse Jackass, and then Khalid Muhammad and Elijah Muhammad and things like that. Go ahead.
Like, you know, Israel always wanted to be like them other nations.
Yeah.
You know,
that's what it's gonna say. Yeah.
Following after these other nations' gods.
Yeah.
You know, taking on their customs, want to be like them.
Yeah.
You know, put a king over them. That's what, you know, we had our power. You know?
Exactly.
Now, therefore, present yourselves before the Lord by your tribes and by your thousands.
Yep, that was the point on that. But just like the brother said, man, like we always wanted a king, you know, like these other nations. And these other nations are, in our captivity, these shepherds are with these, the hooked in, co-linked with these nations, man. They work with the government and all that. We ain't got no separate king to take us to the land of Israel or tell us who we are as a people, you know. Deuteronomy 17 and 12, you got something? Okay. So that's what our people want, a king over them, man.
So Deuteronomy 17 and 12. And the man that will do presumptuously and will not hearken unto the priest that standeth to minister there before the Lord, thy power, or unto the judge, even that man shall die, and thou shalt put away the evil from Israel.
Yep, go ahead.
And all the people shall hear and fear and do no more presumptuously.
Yeah, these shepherds supposed to be really letting Israel know what's going on, letting Israel have it. Like if they going out, call them out. Go ahead.
When thou art come unto the land which the Lord thy power giveth thee, and shalt possess it, and shalt dwell therein, and shalt say, I will set a king over me.
Yeah.
Like as all the nations.
Yeah.
That are about thee.
They are about thee. That's what, as soon as we get, Most High give us what we need, then we say we want a king like these other nations, man. When the Most High is the ultimate power, that's all we need. Linked in, connected to the Most High, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and we'll get all our gifts, we'll get all our freedom away from these nations, man. So that was it on that. That was 15. Isaiah 31 and 1. Should be a fairly quick lesson. Yeah, you know, our people are leading our people that they choosing as heads, like Grandmaster Jay, even Nate not teaching the name, man, and in the spirit of the name, and Nick Cannon and all those, they starting to become hirelings and in the seat of hirelings to guide our people. But look what happened to Nick, you know.
Yeah, it's like they really don't have faith. You know, they heard the word, but it wasn't, you know, mixed with faith.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, that's why if you actually listen to the words, to the teachings, you would know that he was, you know, a man of reputation.
Yeah.
You ain't supposed to be out there pushing the word because that's exactly what happened to you. You know, you're not a prophet.
Yeah.
You're not a man of the Lord. But if you believe, then hey, you know, maybe you're part of that 1/3, maybe not. But you know, you didn't hearken to the truth.
Yeah, because a lot of people think they could just hear this one time and run with it.
Yeah.
You gotta live it. You gotta study it. You gotta be examined by it, examined by other men that's in it. You gotta, you know, you gotta embrace it. You gotta know what faith is, and he don't know that. he's still balancing. What is that?
Yeah, with the
Ex-
Egyptology.
yeah,
Black
Egyptology,
power,
Black Power,
Black power, mixing it all in with that.
wilding out, them shows, them singing shows. I forget that singing show he's on, man.
Oh,
X Factor or something like that.
Yeah, I know something.
You know, you can't balance all that and still be in the truth. And you know, come on, man, they gonna call you out if you mention anything. He wasn't ready. Go ahead.
It's Isaiah 31 and 1. Woe unto them that go down to Egypt
We in Egypt now, spiritual Egypt, and these are Egyptians all around us, man. Go ahead.
for help.
For help, you know, and that's what our people do. You know, they ask for answers from this government, ask for answers from other people, other beliefs, other systems, other, you know, the LGBT, the leader of, or the starters of the Black Lives Matter are lesbians, man. You know,
Yeah.
dykes. They part of the LGBT community and shit. So, you know, you got to get to the origin of things and cut that off and say, hey, man, what's this mean? What's behind this? Jake don't do that. Anytime just black, they know Jake run with black, whatever. Black community, Black Lives Matter. They don't ask no questions. Go ahead.
And this also goes into not having faith because he
Yeah.
wouldn't run to the government for help.
Yeah.
Whenever there's an earthquake or natural disaster, Jake
Yeah.
calls on FEMA.
FEMA, yeah.
You know, he ain't gonna call on the Most High.
Yeah.
Woe unto them that go down to Egypt for help
Yep.
and stay on horses.
And stay on the horses, man. They stay on that power of the so-called system, so-called white men. Go ahead.
And trust in chariots.
And trust in their chariots, trust in their power system, their resources, you know, their media, you know. Once the media get cut, whatever, people ain't gonna know what to do because they ain't got their faith built up. They ain't got that knowledge, wisdom, understanding built up in them, man. That hope, they don't have hope in a kingdom to come. They got hope to carry themselves out in this world, man, which is coming to naught. Go ahead.
Because they are many.
Because there are many, you know, they see the majority of things going in the favor of this system. They're going to follow it. Go ahead.
And horsemen,
Yep.
because they are very strong,
Yeah.
but they look not unto the Holy One of Israel.
Yeah, the horsemen is the ones that got power. Horses means power, man. But they look not unto the Holy One of Israel. Go ahead.
Neither seek the Lord.
Neither seek the Lord, man. You know, Nick Cannon is getting dollars poured in his pocket from the system. He don't know how to cut that off. He don't know how to lead that and then be, you know, and then try to reconnect with the Most High. He got a reputation. People gonna be like, they making fun of him with them, with what's on his head. He haven't even explained it to nobody. You know, they making fun of how he's coming from a political edge and he ain't even sitting. And now when he first time he said something, they got him. You know, pulled him to the side. The so-called Jews themselves, the fake Jews, the rats, pulled him over. You know, these elites, you know, they up there with the least. These you know, up to Freemasonry, sacrificing their children. So they ain't gonna be approached by no regular Edomite. They gonna get approached by the real people, man.
Yeah, one that ended his career.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. You got something? Okay. Name is 6 and 1. So our people, you know, they ain't really about it, man. And Nick Cannon, he just, you know, he's so used to money. He on Wild 'N Out, he pays everybody, man. He got enough money to pay everybody on that show. He they boss. But you know what? He said he want to own Wild 'N Out. He want to, and this ain't about Nick Cannon. It's just about how the people operating by setting those likable men up that our people like into the limelight, you know, and living by a certain code, and you know, making them think that black power system works. That black power system is ran by these elites, man, or they allow it to be ran so they keep you away from the truth.
Yep.
You know.
They also push their agendas.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
That whole defund the police, and that's been on the agenda since 2015, 2016.
Yeah.
And we're just not seeing it come to fruition.
Mm-hmm.
So Amos 6 and 1. Woe to them that are at ease in Zion.
Yeah, that's our people, man. Zion is our people, monument. Woe to them that are at ease. Our people are at ease. They just want to, they just hoping that these dudes that's talking politically now, even these rappers, they could just sit at home and watch YouTube all day and listen and listen to them, and not even make any, you know, join end with you know, the really this truth, man. That's what it's all about. This truth is political. It's a government operation because the main governor is Yahweh Shai. So it counteracts these things that's going on. These devils, these people that's setting up their new world order. It's the biggest threat in the world to them, man. So they gotta set up these channels, these medias, and feed our people folly to distract them, you know, and to listen to those people. Now everybody want to be so-called political, so-called knowledge and shit. You got a nigga with tattoos all over his face talking about he's a minister or something like that. Like Mosai is not for that. Go ahead.
Woe to them that are at ease in Zion,
Yep.
and trust in the mountain of Samaria.
Mountain Samaria. This is modern day Samaria too, man. You know, they trust in this mountain, man. The government. You know, go ahead. The power of the system. Go ahead.
Which are named chief of the nations,
Yep.
to whom the house of Israel came.
Go ahead.
Pass ye unto Canaan.
Yeah, well, that was it. But Samaria is the capital of Jerusalem, right? If I'm not mistaken, capital of Israel. If I'm not mistaken. But those are, you know, that's where our people are. You know, that old Samaria. But you know, it got so wicked. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's what we're saying in this modern day Samaria, modern day Egyptian, saying modern day Egypt. We're saying don't go to Samaria no more. Don't go into the ways of Samaritans, the Egyptians. You know, even though our people are among these Egyptian philosophies, they calling themselves Africans and calling themselves. We say don't go into the ways of African American, and our people are taking offense. We're talking about the lies about how, you know, that they saying that we African American. We're not African American. Don't go into the ways of accepting it. We're Israelites. We're not black. That black has no identity, man.
None.
You say black, people think about the history of slavery and you know what I'm saying, those people that that just, you know, that set up falsely in this on this plantation world and shit, like Martin Luther King. That's a king over them. They wanted Martin Luther King over them.
It's just a negative vibration that comes with that word, black.
Yep. Exactly.
Attached to Jim Crow, slavery. You know, we ain't supposed to be hanging on to that. Yeah,
Nah.
you're supposed to remember your past. You know, be angry about it. But that's not who we are as a people. That's not our identity.
Yeah.
You know, we come from our own lands. You know, we have our history. We have our culture and all that. You know?
Yeah. Go ahead. That was it on that. If you have something else.
It's, Luke, I got a quick precept. It's Luke 6:24. But woe unto you that are rich.
Woe to you are rich, man. And you know, that's even our people. Super rich to our people. They can't let it go. It's like that analogy, that story about Yahweh Shai said, follow me. And the rich man said, you know, he got to go bury. Was it the rich man that said, I got to go bury my father? It was, he couldn't, he said, what shall I do to inherit the king? He said, give up your riches. You know, it was hard for him to do that, man. It's hard for any man that's willed in that system of system of every day getting money, every day paying and getting everything you need, and then all of a sudden he can't do that no more. It's hard for him to let that go.
Yeah, prime example is that is Dave Chappelle. You know, he knew about the secret, he learned about the Illuminati, he put on a dress and all that, and he was like, he wasn't down with it.
Yeah.
So they booted him out of Hollywood. He became just a regular Negro.
Yeah.
And he came right back, you know?
Yeah. And they offered him $50 million. He turned it down because he knew that was like, y'all don't even think I'm worth $50 million, so why are you giving me $50 million, basically?
They didn't give it to him. He went back to being a regular guy, and that dress was looking pretty good on him. You know?
Yeah, go ahead.
But woe unto you that are rich, for ye have received your consolation.
You have received your consolation, man. You know, you had already delved into things of abomination to get those riches, man. You can't be rich in this land without doing something wild, man, or being a part of an elite system which has you to do those things, man. Even those people those children that were dying in the news, their parents was Freemasons, man. They were sacrificing their children. Some of them got paid $1 million for the murder of their sons. You ain't gonna receive no money for it. You're gonna be like, I want justice, man. I want them people taken away. I don't fuck that money.
Yeah,
you know, but they'll take it.
You're not gonna prosper in this country, man.
Yeah.
You weren't brought here to prosper, you know. So you don't go to Egypt for help. You don't go to the government for money. You don't go to Hollywood for money. You know, you just live your life being this truth. the money's going to come, the riches are going to come in the kingdom. You know,
Yeah.
you're not going to have to bow down to Satan
Yeah.
to get riches in the kingdom. That's
Because
just our birthright.
this money about to get done away with anyway, so you're not gonna be able to spend any green dollars. As well as Jake loved green in his hand, he loved making it rain and shit. No, it's getting turned digital, man. Digital currency. If they gonna have an RFID chip in their hand and their head, and they're gonna be under strict rules and guidelines of the New World Order, man. Ain't gonna be no going to the strip club and making it rain. You might be able to go there, but you ain't gonna be making it rain with no dollar bills. You're gonna have that chip in you. Go ahead.
That was it.
Jeremiah 2:8.
So Jeremiah 2:8. The priest said not, where is the Lord?
Yeah, the priests don't. We supposed to be a people of kings and priests, you know, and those people set up in a priestly position. They don't ask where the Lord is, you know. They don't ask, pray, and hope, and say, Lord, it's heavy on my heart about Israel. What should I do? Earnestly, you know, looking for the care of Israel. Go ahead.
And they that handle the law knew me not.
Yeah, this, you know, priesthood, Leviticus law of the Levites. You know, now we understand that that got transferred over to Yahweh Shai after the order of Melchizedek, and you know, the priesthood no longer concerned like strictly Levi. It concerned those 144,000 men that's going to be raised to king and priest. But you know, we got people that are taking priestly positions and leading our people astray, and don't ask of the Lord, man. Go ahead.
Pastors who transgressed against me.
Yeah, pastors who transgress. Martin Luther King said it, man. You know, we bring him up now every now and then. You know, but our people listen to him heavy. Had him heavy, and it was a show called Little Boy King, and they played that every time his birthday came around, and Black History Month. So it was embedding our people with those lies. And he said himself that the dream become a nightmare, man. He had gloominess in his eyes. He was crying, man. Remember that speech? If you listen to that last speech, he said, I'll see the promised land. I might not get there. He knew it was messed up. I might not get there with you, you know, and you could see the frustration and tears in his eyes, because he knew that that dream was over, man. And that's still same today. Our people still following that same dream through these other dudes that set up, man.
Yeah, it's a dream. That's all it is.
That's all it is.
It's a dream.
Go ahead. Was that 8?
The pastors who also transgressed against me,
Yep.
and the prophets prophesied by Baal,
Yep.
and walked after things that do not profit.
Yeah, they ain't gonna profit by listening to these so-called leaders set up. You know what I'm saying?
So,
Go ahead.
so Jeremiah 3:15, and I will give you pastors according to mine heart.
That's what the Most High said, according to His heart, man. His heart is not like the world, or not like man. And we don't talk like men. We talk about spiritual things in the heavens and things to come, according to prophecy, chariots, and you know, what else? A son of man coming back, you know, to turn this world back where it's how it's supposed to be, you know, without this abominable things going on, without no sodomy, without no lesbian, no LGBT community, without no pastors that talk about, oh, you could do as thou will. Oh yeah, we could work this thing out in the system, you know. The RFID chip is not the mark of the beast, and all that crazy stuff, man.
Mainly the prophecies.
Yeah, prophecies.
Prophesied about the chip.
Yeah.
You know, prophesied about World War III.
Yeah.
You know, coming of Yahweh Shai, like your brother said,
Yeah.
the Son of Man coming back in all his glory.
Yeah.
The angels, the chariots. You know, those are the pastors that the Most High set up that are going to teach you.
Yeah.
How to prosper here in America.
God, those leaders have been set up. They ain't mentioned chariots. That's an important part of our history. It mentions that as our salvation. That was the exodus of the children of Israel during the times of Moses.
Yeah.
You know, they saw the chariots that led them out of that captive state. Even the slaves saw chariots, man. Swing low, sweet chariot. They saw something in the sky, and they was like, damn, those are the things that those vehicles the Most High, it says in the Bible. Go ahead. But they don't teach about that. Go ahead.
And I will give you pastors according to mine heart.
According to His heart, man, His mind. We were made in His image. We supposed to be of His mind. That's why we ain't supposed to eat swine, that's displeasing to the Most High. We ain't supposed to wickedly set our children astray, to go after other gods, to follow after their own hearts and pernicious ways, and then let your daughter become a harlot and let your son become a sodomite. That ain't supposed to be happening in Israel. That's why all the families are broken up. You see Will Smith, you see what he's dealing with. You know, a man coming in and popping his own wife, and his wife telling him in front of his face. You know, here he is. He's supposed to be the Prince of Bel-Air. You know, and they tore up his household, man. His children are distraught. His son want to be a girl, and the girl wants to be a boy. It's all through, man. Go ahead.
That's when you follow after the Hollywood way.
Yeah.
You bow down to Satan, get these riches. That's what's going to happen to your family.
Yeah.
That's the consequences,
Yep.
man. That's the consolation prize that you took. You know?
Yep.
And I'll give you pastors according to my heart,
Yep.
which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding.
And understanding, man. Our people, they got knowledge on certain things. Some of them know that they Israelites, but they don't understand. They don't understand the dynamics of being Israel, how you have to live that. That's you learn that because you've forgotten it, not because it's some new doctrine. It says, "But though you once knew this," we knew we as Israelites before, man. We lived those customs. Hell, in slavery, they used to wear dresses and cover their head, the women. You know, it used to be outlawed that a woman can't wear pants and jeans and all that. That's manly. And it says in the scriptures that a man ain't supposed to wear what a woman pertaining to a woman. A woman ain't supposed to wear what pertaining to a man, period. It ain't gonna name that a woman should not wear pants or jeans. It's not. You already know in your mind what that means, man. You always see women that dress like the bathroom logo. I always mention the way you could tell between a man and woman is that the logo of the woman got a dress on, man. You know, if she didn't, if it was just a silhouette figure without no dress, that means it's two men. You know, go ahead.
And they're doing that now with the unisex.
Yeah, unisex. Yeah, man. It's all bad, man. For Israel. Go ahead.
That's it on that.
Okay, 2 Peter 2:2. See, that's what our people are doing, following their own pernicious ways. You know, you tell your daughter, you grew up in the house, and you tell your daughter and your son learn certain customs of the house. Yeah, you know you ain't supposed to. First thing your father or mother tell you, you know, you can't be running in the streets and sleeping around with all these men. You know, oh, my daughter ain't getting married to no. You gotta stay. You gotta learn the rules of this house. These men that grow up over their daughters that's in the household, they be saying my daughter ain't gonna get married till she's like 40 years old. You know, because it's so bad out there, man. If Israel was righteous, it'll be a man that's willing to give his daughter to a righteous man. But righteous men are scarce out here, man. You know, hardly find an upright man. Go ahead.
So 2 Peter 2:2. Do you want to start this out?
Yeah.
Peter 2:1. But there were false prophets also among the people.
Yeah, false prophets, man. You know, and these other people set a false prophecy by a date, a specific date. No, man. These things are still in prophecy, in the form of prophecy, still in the spirit of prophecy, whether it be 1 year or 10 years. We still in the prophecy of America going down. That was prophesied back when the elders was on the scene. You think just because it ain't happened, that don't mean it's still a prophecy? That it's not going to happen? That they were false prophets? No, that's still in play. Go ahead.
Even as there shall be false teachers among you.
False teachers teaching you the opposite way of right. Everybody knows it's a righteous thing to do this way. You know, it don't take no rocket scientist, man. You know, to say that your son shouldn't be a sodomite, your daughter shouldn't be a harlot. It brings trouble. It brings ill will to your house. It brings corruption. It brings death. You know, you can figure that out on your own. Go ahead.
Who privately shall bring in damnable heresies.
Yeah, these people are bringing in damnable heresies, man. Go ahead.
Even denying the Lord that brought them, and bring upon themselves swift destruction.
Yeah, they denying the Lord, man. Bring upon themselves swift destruction. Calling out Jesus Christ is denying the Lord. It puts everybody in that state of Christianity. As soon as you breaking off and you being holy away from the world, they gonna drag you back in with that false name and that Christian talk and Jesus talk. It don't matter. The image doesn't matter. I guess the image doesn't matter either. Huh? You can put so-called Caucasian son of man up on the wall still. No, it's just about what you believe in. Why would you have that hanging in your house? Why would you have the murderer hanging in your house or have the murderer's name? You know? Go ahead.
And many shall follow their own pernicious ways.
Yeah, their own pernicious ways, man. That's what our people are doing. Go ahead.
By reason of whom the way of truth shall be evil spoken of.
Yeah, this truth is even spoken of. We saying about the chariots, oh, y'all bugged out. Y'all crazy. We saying that it's so-called, I mean, who they even call Christ, a so-called black man. It don't matter what color he is. Talking about Arthur D. Chip as a mark of the beast. Man, that ain't even gonna happen, man. They ain't even on that. How they gonna chip everybody and all that, man? You know? They think we just, the truth is evil spoken of, man. You know, saying that we judging people and y'all shouldn't judge, y'all cussing and all that. Who would listen to a man that cusses? Yet these people are shooting your ass in the street, in the dome, man. Where you losing your sons and daughters. That's worse than the curse. I mean, that is the curse of our people, man. Not no cuss words and all that. And you know, these are the same jakes that grow up under cuss words of their mothers and shit. Your mother be cussing all day and night.
Yeah. Smoking
a cigarette, smoking weed, cussing, calling a man a bitch. You know, calling their daughters a hoe. You know, you could put up YouTube, put up World Star Hip Hop, man. Some of them old videos, you'll see that, man. A woman, a so-called black woman, yanking her son, talking about, nigga, come on, you fucking nigga, you just like your damn daddy. You know? Come on, man. Go ahead.
And through covetousness shall they with fiend words make merchandise of you.
Yeah, make merchandise of the world. It's a whole corporation with them, man. Selling out for money, using Israel for money. You know, that's what that dude Jermaine did, who they called Comfy, man. Okay, that's it on that. Go ahead.
Whose judgment now of a long time lingereth not, and their damnation slumbereth not.
Yeah, they're about to get judged for everything. Because they think just because nothing's happening with them. It is happening. The whole world got shut down, man. That should say something. That should bring an alert to your mind, like, what the fuck is going on? Then you got to wear masks. People thought it would be over, like, in about a couple of weeks. Shit, it's still mandatory masks, and then they're about to go into the second phase, second stage of it. You know, the second wave. You don't know what they're going to do. Cut the internet down, bring in another horrific disease that's more than the coronavirus. You know, target so-called black and Latinos and Native Americans to get vaccinated because they're more likely susceptible to disease. You know, bring in Trump just might flip and say, you know what? Today is the day. Everybody got to get chipped out his own mouth just in one day. You don't know what they're going to do. You know, it's that close.
That close.
They're not even in schools yet, right?
Nope. They ain't gonna start up school again.
Yeah.
You know, virtual learning.
Yeah.
They're calling it.
Yeah, virtual learning. You know, and still wearing the mask or whatever. They got people. They saying wear your mask inside your house, man. You know what I'm saying? And then you got some people that take it that far. They'll plastic all their house up. Like, what the fuck is going on in here, man? Who would want to sit in a house just with plastic everywhere? Like, these people don't know. They don't have no faith. That's what that is too.
Exactly. They'll put up a wall of plastic.
Yeah.
They'll use that to hug their loved ones.
Yeah, man.
With plastic in the middle.
Come on, man. Like, and then the faith thing, you spoke. All the churches just closed. It seemed like they were the first ones that shut down. I don't even know if they was. They probably was closed before that they was mandatory shut down, man. I didn't see them on scene for nothing. You know, but we gotta be wise. We wear masks to go in the stores and all that, but it's stupid. We know it's stupid. We ain't all, man, I gotta get my mask. We gotta make sure it's on.
Yeah.
Cause see, I might catch something.
Yeah,
ain't like that, man.
We'll do it just to, you know, to avoid attention.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of these Edomites out here are scared as hell.
Yeah.
They'll actually try to start a fight with you if you don't have your mask on. You know?
Come on.
It's like, just whatever, man. Just go along with it.
Yep.
we know it's bullshit. We know the Most High's working. And just like the brother said, the second wave, they may actually release a real disease out here.
Yeah.
That will kill millions. You know? So that was the numbers that they were projecting at first, was millions.
Same as the bubonic plague that took us out during the time of Europe, man. Dark Ages. This is really targeted to Jake. They setting up scientific lab experiments to target melaninated people, man. That's why they get a sample of our blood and DNA and what blood type, so they could do that matrix thing and shit. Put something in you to detect and trace your this kind of thing in you, man. And then when they do, they be like, oh, so we need to do that. Make these cells go that way, or make this go that way. Then it could throw his thinking off and distort his thinking. You know, they got your nasal. I did a video. Nasal goes straight to your brain, so they putting stuff up. They putting that little thing up there, and pretty soon they're gonna use a needle or some kind of a more savvy device to comfort you, because people are being uncomfortable with it. So they're gonna make something more savvy and more comfortable, where they could just put the chip all the way up into your brain, man. Without, you know what I'm saying? Because people are skeptical that way. They like, oh, you putting something in my mind? Hell no. They're gonna put something in your nose and it's gonna go to your brain, man. They want that chip inside of you, whether way you like it or not. Your hand, your head, man. You know, like it says in the scripture about the mark of the beast. You know? Go ahead. Okay, Jeremiah 1:8.
It's Jeremiah 1:8. Be not afraid of their faces,
Yep.
for I am with thee to deliver.
James?
Jeremiah.
No, James.
James.
It's like, but that's a good one too.
Yeah.
Be not afraid of their faces, because they gon' man. You know, and they ain't really brought those skinhead type of dudes out. You know what I'm saying? That hate Jake. You know, those Nazis and Ku Klux Klan type of dudes and shit.
Yeah.
You know, they gon' when those militias come out, those are the kind of dudes that they gonna be sending up. Cause Esau, he's flabby and Santa Claus belly like, you know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna do shit. These cops are overweight, you know, they at the donut shop, they ain't fit. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna start bringing those real military, those Russians too, man. Them Russians are fit, man. They be running in the snow. It's like 15 below degrees in Moscow and all those places, man. That's what that showed in the Rocky, man. How that Russian was training.
Yeah.
He was using a lot of technical devices, but they showed what it took to beat that Russian. What Rocky was doing. He was out there in the snow and lumberjacking and all that, and carrying big ass logs and shit. That's how them Russians really be doing out there, man, when they train. And Americans ain't ready for that. So they gonna be busting down doors. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be bashing Jake in the head. They got big ass boots and shit, intimidating boots that they wear, steel toes and shit. Most High gonna use them to bash the 2/3, man.
Yeah.
You know?
The gyms are shutting down. They shut down the gyms again.
Yeah.
So everybody's getting weak.
Yeah, you get exactly. They closing the gyms, feeding you estrogen.
Yeah.
You know, I think I saw a video. They got a secret amount of excessive estrogen pumped into these foods, man. You know,
Soy and all
canned
that.
goods, soy, you know, the meat and all that, man. They kind of emasculate Jake, man. You know, and then they'll let you pump up. They'll let you see these celebrities get pumped up and all mighty and say mighty words, and then they cut them down, and you be like, damn. You know, he ain't no longer on the scene to make you fear. Go ahead.
It's James 1:8. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways.
Yep, a double-minded man that means you one way, the one next you believe in this, you don't believe in that, you believe in Israel and Muslim. You can't have those together.
Yeah.
You can't believe in both. You have faith, but then when it comes to it, your faith is not there. Or you don't have faith beyond this place. You have faith in your own dreams. That ain't even real faith. Faith is the evidence of substance of things hoped for, evidence of things unseen. You know, we hope for things unseen. You can't see a chariot. I mean, you could catch one, but nobody really is up close and saying and is proving up on the table that that's a chariot. Well, but we believe that is, and we know in our spirit that that's a chariot. But Jake can argue with you day long. Y'all crazy, man, because he ain't really seen the effects of what the chariots do. But we know they there. We know how powerful they are. We know how powerful angels are. We know angels are here. Invisible spirit, visible powers, man. You know, they here, man. Brothers done seen things, man. Ghosts and things like that. And spirit, what do they call it? Spiritual, they didn't see things beyond this world. You know, and on the left hand side, it's proven that there are witches, you know, and they do play with black magic. And it is a psychological program that's unseen, that's the subliminal things that's put into cartoons and movies and stuff like that, that feeds Jake bullshit. That is real. Your children are imitating what they see on cartoons. You'll see your child, you know, body slamming another because he saw Bugs Bunny hit Elmer Fudd in the head like 20 times and shit. But they say we speaking violent, but that's violence in cartoons, man. Sam D. Sam, he up there with a shotgun all through the cartoons, talking about Whiskey Rabbit, and he's a hunter. He's ready to kill the rabbit, man.
That's the reason why they took off Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah.
The kid actually burned down his house playing with fire. Remember that?
Yeah. Remember that wrestling on MTV? Yeah. When they'll cut your head off and take it out and hold it up with it'd be dripping blood and shit.
Oh yeah.
I forget what that was called. It was on MTV, man. You know. So those things, those spirits are around. They're into music. They're on the records, on the songs. You know, they're in the churches. They're in the that's what the Morpheus said on the Matrix. He said a prison for your mind. A prison you can't taste, smell, or touch. That's the invisible, man. It said our war is against spiritual wickedness in high places, man. Something that people don't even believe that's there. We battle. Your own thoughts. Yeah, go ahead.
The scriptures also say some have entertained angels unawares.
Yeah.
So even in the physical, you're dealing with the other realms.
Exactly.
The angels will come into you in a human form.
Yeah, man.
And deal with you. Same thing with demons. The demons will hop on people and stuff.
There's people that didn't have dreams about certain spirits keeping them down, where they can't move. Their body is paralyzed.
Yeah.
They say it's a demon sitting on you, or a demon whispering in their ear and tell you to kill your children. You know, a woman then said that many times. Black women too, our people. Levites, they heavily into that demon. Haitians, they heavily into demonic spirits and all that, because they were the priesthood. They got affected the worst on the you know, the devil side. I mean, the witchcraft side of the game, spiritual, you know, entities of devil worship. You know.
Yeah, they were the priests. So
they were the priests.
They're into that spirituality. So that's why they dabbed into that.
Exactly.
Shit,
Yeah. And they got footage on that, where they actually pulling the child and all that. Those spirits are real, man. You got those people that walk on coal and all that, and not hurt, burning coal. Or those monks that set themselves on fire, and they don't even flinch. They just on fire, man. That gotta take you gotta go somewhere in your mind on that shit, man. You know, his spirit is in another, he's gone, man.
Yeah, and there's certain drugs you can take that'll put you in that
state.
Like LSD.
It'll open your mind up,
Yeah, that'll put you in the spirit world. When you go to the spirit world, take some DMT.
Yep.
They call it.
Yep.
Take some of that shit.
Acid.
Yeah.
They say they you know, a dude told me that when he first took acid, he saw the eyeballs literally looking at him, like coming out in a puddle. He was in a puddle of water and shit. I'm like, I ain't taking that shit.
Yes.
I ain't gonna take none that make me think on outside of that. Like, hell no. I'd rather fight for my spiritual realm so it could be righteous and real. They taking it right now. They want to see some shit right now. Show me some magical shit. Have magical mushrooms. But we doing it the real way, so when we do attain those powers, we ain't gonna be bugged out.
Yeah.
we gonna know exactly what it means when things move and when we move things and being able to make things cold or hot. You know, they bugging out about it. Like, oh shit. You know, go ahead.
A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways.
Yep.
Let the brother of low degree rejoice in that he is exalted.
Yeah, we rejoicing, man. We're the brothers of low degree. We're gonna be exalted. Matthew 12 and 30. So we're picking up back again where false prophets and things against us and against the Most High. Go ahead.
Matthew 12 and 30. He that is not with me is against me.
Yeah, I was trying to say, he that is not against
He
him,
that is
not with him is against him.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're not following the ways of these scriptures and the way Yahweh Shai put it down and how he walked according to his father, you against him, man. So all these LGBT communities, these black communities, and these things that there's other organization communities that's connected with this world and this system is against Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Even the Black Panther, you go back, that was a lot of them women went into women's liberation and joined, and that's LGBT. You might as well say that's LGBT because that's women dealing with women and shit, and they build their own platform to become individualized and away from their men, and they divide the family with that too. Because a lot of signs, when doing that Black Power shit, it said all power matters. All power. It said gay power. It said women power on the same sign as Black Power. So how can you incorporate all that into one union of a belief, and they counteract each other? They supposed to, but that's how you know all these people working together. That Black Lives Matter is just a platform for all lives to matter. Whether you're a sodomite, whether you're a lesbian, whether you're a tranny, whether you believe as you will, alchemist, do as thou will. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's nothing to do with black men, but use a black man as the figurehead of it, the spearhead of the whole movement, but it has absolutely nothing to do with black men.
Yeah,
you know?
nothing.
So I'm a feminist and just putting women above the man in society.
Yeah.
So as the scripture say, a woman shall compass a man.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yep.
He that is not with me is against me, and he that gathereth not with me scattereth abroad.
Yeah, these pastors are scattering abroad, man. They don't have no direction, no connection to the Most High, the power, and by Hashem Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Yahweh Shai. So those people that join those organization communities, they become, they become political leaders and shit. They becoming more involved with the government because they are already intertwined with the Egyptian philosophy of being helped by these power systems and worlds, man. So they go into these other organizations and branches like charity and humanitarian. Those are just words that say that you're being favored that to get the community off your back and shit. Like Denzel Washington, he said he's a humanitarian. So he could be saved. Nobody can. Yeah, okay, he's doing it, John. At least he care about humans. At least he care about. Nah, man, he done sold out. All these people done sold out. They just charity fund. They just after disaster is done, they show up. Yeah, Oprah after the storm came. After the storm came and went, she showed up like, need to do something. You supposed to be in the storm, bitch.
Yeah.
You supposed to be going through the trials and tribulation with your people and shit.
Yeah, it's just all front.
Yeah, it's all front, man.
Humanitarians, they don't care about people.
Yep.
Another word they like to use is philanthropist. You're not with any of that.
Yeah.
You're all with this New World Order agenda. You want to reduce the population.
Yeah.
That's what y'all believe in.
Yep. And Oprah, she hates black men.
Yeah.
All that color purple and shit.
Color purple, yeah.
She hates black men. She can't stand. She have the black men on black couples on their show. That's just to will people in to feel connected with her and shit. She can get the black people off her back and shit, you know what I'm saying? But she ain't worried about it. She got an all-white audience full of women and shit, man. Yeah. She's sort of in a limelight of a prophetess, so to speak, or she don't know it, but she have power to influence, man. That's why if she say one wrong word, they on her ass. They probably take her out. they're gonna straighten her up real quick because she got influence on people. You know, go ahead. She could run for president and easily probably win. You know,
like you said, she has all white women in the audience.
Yep.
All white women working for her.
Mhm.
Remember, she did this one show. It was like a behind-the-scenes show. She was like interviewing all of her employees. It was all white people, man. She may have like one black woman as a producer, and like one black dude was like on the technical side.
Yeah.
That was it.
yeah.
Hundreds of people worked for her. It was all white women.
God. See, you make few black movies.
Yeah.
You cool with the black community forever and shit. Yeah, I'm the one that played in Color Purple and shit. I'm the one that did. I was marching in Black Lives Matter. How y'all gonna come against me? Nah, that ain't do. Most High ain't for that shit. Go ahead. And Puff Daddy, he pay people. He's a little leader too among our people, the hip hop community. See, they cover all fields. You got to have a guy that leads in the community. You got to have a guy that leads in the hip hop world. A guy that leads in sports and shit. You know what I'm saying? Michael Jordan and shit. He's the number one. He was the number one guy. Everybody followed him. He get up and say political and get out and vote. Everybody gonna go vote. You know? Oprah says go vote. Everybody gonna go vote. Nick Cannon, whatever, whoever. All these political people that's put in the media. Tyler Perry, go out and vote. He want to play Madea, but he want to get serious and put on a damn suit when it's time to go vote and shit. You know? Fuck out of here, man. Go ahead.
Wherefore I say unto you, all manner of sin and blasphemy shall be forgiven unto men.
Well, that's it on that. Matthew, Micah 3:1. 11, I think that is. 3:11.
So Micah 3:11, and I will rebuke the devourer for your sakes.
I guess that's Micah 3:1.
Behold, Micah 3:1. Oh, slap.
Oh, okay.
Micah 3:11.
Yeah.
The heads thereof judge for reward.
Yeah, they judge for reward, man. They don't got no true judgment. They don't rebuke. They don't correct. They don't. You know, they favored among society and our people. You know, among men. Go ahead.
The heads thereof judge for reward.
Yeah.
And the priests thereof teach for hire.
Yeah, they teach for hire, man. They concerned about money. Go ahead.
And the prophets thereof divine for money.
Yeah, they want money, man. You know, ain't nobody paid us nothing, man. You know, to speak. You'll never see GMS on no show and shit, talking to no interviewer, you know, and taking the bag and shit, man. You know, but yet we seem to be unseen, but we seem to be seen by somebody because they know we out there. That somebody's watching us.
Yeah.
You know, so they getting worried now. You know. And that this whole shutdown is a part of it, man. A part of prophecy, a part of them taking the truth off the streets, so to speak, or unplugging the internet and rebooting it up to government standards, you know, policies. Go ahead.
Yet will they lean upon the Lord and say, "Is not the Lord among us?"
Yeah, they won't lean up on the Lord, and you know, go ahead. And they think the Lord is among them. Go ahead.
None evil can come upon us.
That's what they say. It's not the Lord with it. No evil can come on. You know, even with IUIC and all them. You know, our people talk in the form of godliness, and it talks about that, but don't have no godliness at all about them, man. You know, Grandmaster Jay had to mention the Hebrew Israelites. You know, you shouldn't even just go ahead and do your government shit, your political thing, man. You know, go ahead.
Therefore shall Zion for your sake be plowed as a field.
Yeah, go ahead.
And Jerusalem shall become heaps, and the mountain of the house as the high places of the forest.
And we already see that. Our people will become heaps and ashes and dust and torn down and ghettos, poverty, projects and all that, man. Ain't nothing in Jerusalem. Ain't nothing beautiful about our people no more.
Yeah.
You know, our women are harlots. Our sons are sodomites. Our women are sluts. You know what I'm saying? The husband is not at home and he's out there pimping and selling drugs. You know, and they promoting adultery and idolatry and
Evil
you
eye.
know, huh?
We all have an evil eye. towards
All
each
had an
other.
evil eye toward one another and all against each other. You know, daughters are becoming hardcore and shit. They talking shit like men. You know, they want it. They compassing men. They love it. They got platforms to exercise their own personal vision of power. You know, got personal so-called businesses. You know, online, and they call Instagram a business. That ain't no damn business. You know, you sit at home, you know, show your breasts, and you want men to send you money. That ain't no damn business. There ain't no empire. It's like the show Empire with Terrence Howard and Taraj. Taraj, what's her name? Yeah, Taraj Henson or something. They had an empire dealing with music in the music business, but their son was a sodomite, and they incorporated all this other BS in there, ill dealings and working with the so-called white man. You know, it ain't no steady firms and businesses with so-called black Latino people in this world. It's all connected with Esau. He's the banking family. He owns America. You know, and America is the corporate system that that's that wild corporate system.
Yeah, it's a curse.
It's a
Gotta-
curse.
Gotta go to the enemy for the wants of
All
all
things,
things.
yeah. It's in Deuteronomy. One of all things. Eat. I mean, the food. I mean, one of all things. You know, thirst, nakedness,
Job.
Yeah,
You know,
a
go
job.
yourself for a job, money,
loans.
loans,
You
house.
know, house,
Apartment.
mortgages, rent. You know, you can pay rent forever. Be a good citizen, a good, outstanding tenant, and you don't, and you miss one day of rent, your ass is about to be convicted. I mean, evicted. I mean, you know, you do one small crime, you could be a good person, a clean record. You could be turn to your 40s. You do one little thing, they gonna take you to jail, and like you've been doing crime all your damn life, like you're a constant criminal and shit. And it could be over a ticket or something small. You know, like that's how careless these devils are, man. They don't care about your well-being at all. Tell me, is that fair? You know? Tell me you're gonna beat your son. He been bringing home A's, and he been good and cleaning up and taking out the trash and cutting the yard and working on your car and shit, and then he missed one day of cleaning up or something. You ain't gonna be, oh, okay, son. You know, I understand. You know what I'm saying? He gonna have a good excuse because that's not his character. We able to judge. That's why we're becoming the true judges. Most High wants true judges, not somebody that's gonna throw you in prison, give you 3 life sentences for something that, you know what I'm saying, that you can correct in a few days, something that you could change your life with. But let it be Esau. You know, he's a constant murderer. You know, he's a legitimate murderer, known to kill, serial killer they call him, and he's some psycho word. You know what I'm saying, sitting on a comfortable sofa talking to a psychologist or something, a therapist and shit. You know, or whatever. That's all the way backwards, man. We living in the land of our enemies, like it says in Deuteronomy. You know? Go ahead.
That was it on the chapter.
Yep. John 10 and 16.
John 10 and 16. And other sheep I have, which are not of this fold. Is that what you want?
Yeah. But
start at 15.
Yeah, okay.
Verse 15. As the Father knoweth me, even so know I the Father, and I lay down my life for the sheep.
For the sheep, go ahead.
And other sheep I have, which are not of this fold. Them also I must bring,
Yep.
and they shall hear my voice.
Well, hence the lost sheep of the house of Israel. They ain't dealing with no other nation. Other nations ain't sheep. They're more like hyenas, wolves, lions with teeth, you know, snakes, serpents. They're not sheep. Sheep are humble. You know, sheep are sacrificed in the midst of the world. You know, They listen to this. They follow the shepherd. These people don't got no shepherd. No, go ahead.
And there shall be one fold and one shepherd.
Yep, go ahead.
Therefore doth my Father love me, because I lay down my life, that I might take it again.
Yeah, we putting ourselves a living sacrifice. Our people, you know, you ask a Christian, you willing to lay down your life for the sheep? They're gonna be like, what you mean? Yeah, because they don't have that faith. They don't think in those guidelines of what it takes to truly bring somebody into a fold that you love them or something like that. Like your children. Children, you are a protector of your house. You'll lay down your life for your children, and your children understand that. You know, you have to fight for your family. You're not letting your children go into these ways of the wild and not teaching them what's out there. If you don't love your children, and you're not putting yourself as a sacrifice. You got to sacrifice to stay home with your child, or go, you know, or teach them hey, besides the school, you can't just let your school raise your children, or let the school raise your, or let the streets raise your children. You got to be like, hey, you're going to go to school, they're going to teach you this bullshit, but just know, you know, you this and that, you got a history, you know, you got an identity, you're a strong, you're going to become a strong man. You could do anything you want to do, you know, long as long as you do it as a rightful man, you know, you're going to teach them the ins and outs.
And that's where true learning comes from your parents,
Yeah.
at the home.
At the home, man.
And now's the perfect time to do that. Now you should teach your kids about the word. You know, they're not going to school now.
Yeah,
You gotta
exactly.
raise your son to be a man.
Yeah.
You know, raise him to look another man in his eyes.
Yeah.
Raise him to be confident. You know.
While it's
assertive.
still time, yeah.
While it's still time, yeah.
Yeah, but you know, they'll let the TV raise them, and they'll still try to go out and party or go to these bars and shit. Go ahead.
No man taketh it from me,
Yeah.
but I lay it down of myself.
He laid it down of himself. Go ahead. Is that did you already read 16?
Yeah.
What did it say? 16?
That was about the sheep turned out of my fold.
No. Did it say? Did you read my sheep hear no voice?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Say that. Yeah. Say that again.
Back in verse 16. And other sheep I have, which are not of this fold,
Yep.
them also I must bring, that they shall hear my voice, and there shall be one fold and one shepherd.
Yeah. One fold, one shepherd, man. The sheep hear, the righteous sheep hear the voice of the shepherd, man. The shepherd is Yahweh Shai. These people don't believe in Yahweh Shai. They're not the sheep. The sheep hear his voice. The sheep follow him, the shepherd,
Yeah.
you know.
The sheep also includes the natives and the Latino.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
And remember
part
they
of the
said,
whole fold,
that's
so.
the whole fold. And remember it says, when they smite the shepherd, the sheep scatter. Well, they can't smite the shepherd because the shepherd is alive, but he's in the spirit, man. He's an angelic force, so they can't kill him this time. So the sheep ain't gonna be scattered no more. The sheep are coming together, like it says, man. So it ain't talking about anybody can be the sheep. It ain't talking about these heathens. It ain't talking about Caucasians. You know, Edom. Go ahead.
Verse 17. Therefore doth my Father love me, because I laid down my life,
Yeah.
that I might take it again. No man taketh it from me, but I lay it down of myself. I have power to lay it down, and I have power to take it again. This commandment have I received of my Father.
Yeah, that's it. You can go to Luke 6:26. Kind of bouncing around everywhere. I hope it comes together, you know.
So Luke 6:26.
Yeah.
This is Luke chapter 6, verse 26. Woe unto you when all men shall speak well of you.
Yeah, well unto you. If you well spoken of, you got to be cautious about that, man. You know what I'm saying? Because this world, it said, Yahweh Shai said the world is going to hate you for his name's sake. You know? So when you well spoken of, that means something might else be going on. Like something's wrong. They love, like we said, they love the people that we mentioned. You know, all these false celebrities, and you know, they can have millions and millions of fans, man, all across the world. You know, all these little Uzis and these soldier boy type of dudes, these young thugs. They could be the grimiest niggas, talk about guns and dope, but people love them all across the world and shit. They well spoken of. You know, Japanese love them. You know, Chinese people love them, want them to do a concert. We talk about the truth. Yeah, look. We ain't accepted nowhere, man. We ain't love to talk well spoken of nobody, man. You know, that's straight up hell backwards, man. And these heathens, they cater to them because they know they ain't got to live that violence that they speak about. Well, maybe some of them do on the other side. You know what I'm saying? What they going through. But you know, for the most part, they don't have to live like Jake's life. They ain't getting gang shot and all that. You know what I'm saying, over here in America, man. So they love to listen to that music, long as they ain't a part of it and don't have to live it. Even these niggas that talk about that shit ain't even about that shit. They don't live. They living up on the hills talking to Trump and shit. You know, talking to these government officials. They ain't in the hood. They just go to the hoods because they well known of the hood and well favored because they're celebrities. They got money, and people favor them because of their cash and jewels and all that. You know, but they start to get robbed and shit. A lot of them ain't welcome back to some of their hoods no more. Because people would be like, what the fuck, nigga? You just come here talking shit and how much money you got? We still struggling. Go ahead.
Woe unto you when all men shall speak well of you.
Yep.
For so did their fathers to the false prophets.
Yep. Yeah. It happened before, man. Go ahead.
But I say unto you which hear, love your enemies.
No, that was it. That was it. So, you know, they're well spoken. They'll put you in a high position. Like, you know, it also talks about the certain men that's in silk clothing and gay clothing, and you know, and when people see them, they say, well, sit here, sit in this seat, sit in my seat. They'll get up and say, no, sit here. You know, a lot of these celebrities will never be homeless because they got such fan base and well favored that there ain't nobody gonna let them be homeless on the street. You know, somebody, if all they do is gotta be out there working a job, like, hey, what? Why are you working this job? Come on, I got a house on the hill. But they listen to us, they look at us and say, they can get a job. And we giving them the raw, uncut truth about their heritage and about them being the power, them being the true power, the princes of power, man. Yeah. Go ahead.
Precept.
Yep.
It's John 15:18. If the world hate you, you know that it hated me before it hated you.
Yahweh Shai said that. You know, if the world hates you, know that it hated him before it hated you. Meaning Yahweh Shai already stepped in those footsteps of being hated, being spit on, being ridiculed, you know, being, you know what I'm saying, people mocking him. You could say he saved others but can't save himself. You know, slew him on a tree, talking about, take that nonsense somewhere else, man. You know, people trying to kill him maybe since he was born. You know, so we experiencing some of that same trouble, man, and even on a more heavier level with these times coming up. Go ahead.
If ye were of the world would love his own.
Yeah, these niggas are of the world, and the people love them. Our own people love these niggas. They'll never see them. You know, they'll write them. They didn't wrote them letters after letters and shit. These fans and all that, or emailed them time to time, or called them and shit. You know, this one Mike Jones said he gave his real number out, and everybody was starting to get on him because he never answered his phone. You know what I'm saying? But they called. They probably still use that number today, hoping he answering shit. Just having hope in the wrong thing, man. They hope they'll meet some of these celebrities and never will. And you know, these celebrities don't remember you. Be like, remember I met you, man, I talked to you? I don't know, because they see all kind of fans every damn day and shit, man. You know? Go ahead.
But because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world.
Yeah, Most High chosen out of the world. So we ain't well favored or well known or nothing, man. We look. They be like, we don't want y'all to get off the street. We want to see where's Jay-Z, where's Kanye West, man. We want to see them, man, just for a performance and shit, you know. And a performance about some bullshit. They have fun, they party, hey, and then they go back home, gotta pay bills and shit. Meanwhile, we telling you why you gotta pay them damn bills. Why it's so hard on you to get your mind out of that gutter of being depressed about those bills and shit, you know. These rappers don't teach you shit, man. So the Most High called us out of that And I'm not only rappers, but I'm talking about all these celebrities, man. Because really, these celebrities in a kind of like a low status elite position, you know. They're the ones that's favored among our people. They're the ones that our people love, no matter what. You know, they're the ones our people are fascinated by. You know, Nicki Minaj color her hair, they be like, oh, that's she, you know. They'll follow her fan base. Rihanna, these women that love Rihanna to the day they die and shit. You know, but when you talk about being a righteous woman, they be like, man, y'all going to hell or something, or calling them out for what they wearing and shit. Y'all going to hell. You know, but Most High called us out of that. Go ahead.
Therefore, the world hated you.
Yeah, the world hates us now, cause we talking upright. We talking something they don't want to hear about. We're talking about history. We're talking about the kingdom to come. We're talking about things that they can't tap into, that they can't see, chariots that they don't believe in. Like, nigga, I got a car, man. You know, leave me alone. I make my money. Nobody cared. And then they go into their sorrow state. Nobody cared for me. Fuck that. Nobody. My mother wasn't there for me. Pops was gone and shit. Had to sell drugs. Fuck all that shit, nigga. But then they still get wrapped up by the system, man, and wrapped up into this world of, you know, Esau will put you away for 10 years. For selling a little bitty, little dope or something. We can't lock you up. We gonna tell you, hey man, just get straight, man. You know, quit selling that stuff, man. Get your life straight. Get a job, man. You know, work your way to where you're managing your money right. But you hate us for that shit. Like, oh nigga, I can't listen to that shit. Well, keep getting wrapped up in this world, man. This system, man. Esau, he'll put you away, make you an example. You know, give you 20 years. That's your whole life. You can't raise a family, you all in jail. Your kids, you'll never see them again. They didn't seen another stepfather didn't stepped in your place. The woman didn't slept with another man. Your daughter's in the street, your son's in the street. You in jail. Your woman's a whore, she's a stripper. All things out of place, man. So when you get out, you know what I'm saying? If you ever get out, you can't be like, man, I got to do the same thing, but do it even more on a scale. I'm gonna make sure I never get caught this time. Get the fuck out of here, man. You living in a world that's against you, man. No matter if you don't even have to do no crime. You can just walk down the street and they'll be like, hey, pull you over. You look suspicious. Look like you're about to rob something. You know, well, you know. Matter of fact, get out the car. You know, like for nothing, man. So we ain't living in no peachy, safe-ass world no more, man. You know, where you can raise your children and raise your family and shit. Chivalry been dead for a while. Shit, these bitches asking about chivalry. He dead in the alley, ass out. Drunk. Cocaine on his nose and everything. You know, go ahead. Yep, it's at Matthew 10 and 35.
So Matthew 10:35, for I am come to set a man at variance against his father.
If you look up the words, that's the so-called Son of Man, so-called who you even call Christ, Son of God, Yahweh Shai. Go ahead. He said he came to set a father. Go ahead.
For I am come to set a man at variance against his father.
A man against his father. So Yahweh don't want all things to come together on this side. He don't want all men to come together. You can't dwell with your father if he's an atheist, and you can't kick it with him and have nice long conversations and shit. You're gonna be like, my father tripping, man. All right, pops, I'm out. I'm doing my thing, you know. You gotta get out the house soon as possible because this dude is tripping. He's an atheist. It's gonna rub off on you. He's gonna come at you over time again.
Or he's into Christianity. You know, white Jesus is into that.
Every time I talk to my pops, he like, well, we don't have to talk about religion or nothing like that. And then we end up talking about it because, you know, that's all, you know, it's going to go that way, man. Because you're going to start, you know, pops are always trying to tell their son something about life or whatever. Wonder why you ain't doing this. You're going to be like, well, you know, I don't believe in that, pops. Oh, see, what religion shit? Well, I thought you didn't want to talk about this religion stuff or whatever. They claim it's religion. This is a natural way you're supposed to live, man. The world is just turned upside down, the wrong way. But you're gonna run into those things, so you can't dwell with those kind of people. You're gonna have to cut your family off eventually, or they gonna cut themselves off. Go ahead.
And the daughter against her mother.
Yeah, a daughter against her mother, man. You know, and even in the worldly sense too, the house is divided. You know, but even more so with this truth, because they gonna really think you're bugging out. You know, if you don't eat pork, you're a Muslim. Automatically. Like, are the only people that don't eat pork Muslims and shit? Am I tripping?
Yeah.
I gotta be a Muslim because I don't eat pork? What if I just want to eat healthy and shit? And decided not to eat pork anymore? You know? Like, come on, man. Or if I start eating healthy, you must be part of some that one religion. Because I want to eat healthy, I want to die and shit. I want my heartbeat to keep going and shit. I want to breathe better.
I want worms all in my system.
Yeah, I don't want worms all in my system. These people are a trip, man. That's why you gotta just consider your family bugged out, man. Like, people just don't get it. Go ahead.
And the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law.
Yeah, even the daughter-in-law against her. You know about the in-laws and all that now, becoming outlaws and shit. And all your cousins, your extended families and all that, man. Go ahead.
And a man's foes shall be they of his own household.
Yeah, we're gonna have foes of our own household. That's what that talking about. Love your enemies. You know what I'm saying? And that's love, is teaching them the commandments the right way. That's love. That's why I say, if you love your child, you know, as Most High said, He chastened every son that He received. If you love your child, you're gonna discipline your child to show them the right way. That's what that love is. Loving our enemy. We teaching these our people that hate us and that don't believe in this truth. We're teaching them that they're princes of power, man. That our daughters are princesses. That we're gonna be royal. That we are royal. That we should have a king state of mind. That we should dress appropriate accordingly. Dress righteous. You know, walk the right way, talk the right way, man. Keeping yourself from drugs, keeping yourself from these harmful, lustful deeds and stuff. You know, dealing with these churches that don't care about your well-being. You know, that's what loving your enemy is. But Most High, it's not set up for all of us to come together on this side. We're divided, you know. And you know, it's only the elect, you know, and the 1/3 is gonna come in. And Most High ain't gonna try to, you know, He ain't worried about a lot of our people, man. Because a lot of our people are just gonna continue to do wicked and 2/3 shit. They gonna continue to eat pork, you know. Pork ain't gonna kill you in the same hour, in the same day, but it's gonna eventually get to you. Mm-hmm. And it's a habitual habit of heathenistic customs to even just partake of that, man. And you got to have a certain state of mind to, He says you are what you eat, and things of that nature, man. We're telling our people this. It's more than just us being Israel. It's what we got to do to, you know what I'm saying, to live how we supposed to live. The origin of ourselves, man, the history of ourselves. We can't rely on learning about Martin Luther King, Marcus Garvey, and Malcolm X's Black history. What the fuck is that? They was going through oppression. What about when we was royal? What about when we are gods? What about the scientists of our people and narrators and our poets and our musicians that started, you know, Jacob is the form of all things. Why y'all start in the middle of shit when everything was downtrodden and shit? Everything with the oppression. Fight. You know, we love a good fight. Most High loves a good fight, but He wants us to also know that we were gods and the original people of the earth, that we were royal, you know. And the fight is that so you can take that into the fight. But if you're just taking bits and pieces of us and little things of a little thing that didn't really grasp us to be royal and to live right, you know. Learning about Rosa getting up don't make you live right. Like she refused to sit down, that don't make you live right. Our people just learn about that shit and go on with their day and continue doing their wickedness and shit. You got to go back to the origin and say, you know what, we used to be kings and priests. We used to rule everything. We used to walk on gold. We used to wear gold in our hair, gold in our teeth, but we used to be right. We used to know how to control the elements and all that.
Yeah.
Then our people want to know about that. What?
Yeah, you gotta check the real history, man.
Real history.
Look how Jake acted with Wakanda.
Yeah. He bugged out, didn't he?
Imagine if 300.
Exactly.
300 was actually
Exactly.
portrayed the way it should have been.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yep. See, they, you know what? They related to that as science fiction. They can't put that in a 300 because 300 was real life, you know, narratives and situations, you know, of real men fighting and shit. They
Based
don't.
off a true event.
True
I mean,
events.
They had a little bit of like fantasy
Yeah.
mixed in with it. but
Yep. Yep.
For the most part, it was based off of an
based-
actual event.
actual
which
events.
involved Jake.
Yep.
You know?
But Black Panther, you know, our people wasn't ready for that. They saw chariots and being like, okay, this is science fiction. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, it's not science fiction, but for what you take it as, you're going to see it as, you ain't going to be moved by it that so much, you know, as you would like a movie 300. But they don't show our people in that light. They don't show our people a part of history. They don't show you that we were the Spartans. Even in 300, Leonidas had a braid in his hair
Yeah.
and a beard. We was the only ones rocking beards with braids and all that. When you see those certain statues and monuments of the Holy Roman Empire, when we used to rule during times of who is that? Constantine. You know, Timaeus Severus. They got beards on their face, and they got curly, kinky hair, man. You know, those were our people, and it was called the Holy Roman Empire for a reason. Then the Roman Empire took over. And it was just the Roman Empire that started changing things, and the Renaissance came in and rebirth, and they started knocking down images, hiding images, knocking down statues, and repainting over images and all that. And they doing the same thing today with us, you know.
Well, even the start of the Roman Empire was based off of the Etruscans.
Yeah, kind. Yep,
You know?
kind. And they doing the same thing with us. Like they, like if they, you know, if we went on 50 years, we wouldn't even be so-called Negroes no more. We wouldn't have been, the people that's prophesying on the street, they would have said, yeah, they would have painted them, eat them, and said, you know, this, and they had Hebrew names, they fought a good fight, you know. They trying to rewrite history with this internet. They trying to take books out the library, trying to replace them with this digital audio. You know, you go see the Noah's Ark movie, and it goes off, you know. You go see the, like he said, the 300, they rewriting history. You know, they doing the same thing as they did back then, man. Today with us, because they know we those people. They know we royal. You know, now that we rocking beards, they might make that an outlaw.
It all started with the Renaissance period.
Yeah. They might say beards are adding on to this coronavirus.
Yeah, you never know.
You know, if people carrying coronavirus in their beards or something, and then they make it mandatory to cut your beard, it's going to be some Greek, Alex the Greek bullshit happening on a heavy level, man. Mm-hmm. You know, they're going to bring that old Roman feel back, the old Greek Antiochus Epiphanes, yeah. You know,
forcing people to eat pork.
Yep. They're gonna bring that back, man. Gone. I forgot where we at. Go ahead.
This is Matthew 10 and 37. He that loveth father or mother more than me.
See, he that loved father more than me. Go ahead.
Father or mother more than me is not worthy of me.
Is not worthy of him. You can't love your father and mother more than the Most High. And that might seem like a shot at your father and mother, but they got to understand it ain't about them. You were born as, Most High said he brought you into this world. He knew you before anybody. He knew you before your parents, man. He called you from the womb. Your father wasn't worried about, oh, this is a Hebrew child. I shall teach him the ways of the Most High, Yahweh. You didn't come out like that. Your parents had to work. They had to send you to a babysitter. Most High cared for you. Go ahead.
And he that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me.
That's why it's going to be a test, you know. We're going to be tested, you know. See who Abraham was tested with his son, you know. Go ahead.
And he that taketh not his cross and followeth after me is not worthy of me.
Yeah. Take up your cross. You know, everybody got their own lot. Everybody got to work out their own salvation. Go ahead. That was it. Yep. So now, to follow the Most High, we're gonna have to prophesy against prophesy, man. Jeremiah 28:8.
So Jeremiah 28:8, and the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries.
Yeah, we prophesying against countries, man. Not no one person and shit. Those people that come up, that's just for edification. But we prophesying against this whole country, man. Against countries beyond this country. You know, we're telling the other nations about themselves. How they going into slavery. Go ahead.
Prophesied both against many countries,
Yep.
and against great kingdoms.
Great kingdoms. America is a great kingdom. We prophesying against this place. We're prophesying against Russia over there. Prophesying against those heathenistic places that they're going to be brought down. Go ahead.
Of war.
Of war.
And
You got to talk about war. Nobody talks about war. They don't like war. This is a city like Capernaum, city of comfort and peace. You know, shopping, getting getting the most expensive products, opening up your business, flourishing events, parades and shit, counterfeit 4th of July and celebrations, birthdays, Christmases and all that. Nobody wants to hear about war unless they being threatened, you know, and now it's like bomb them. They don't even know the history behind, you know, the wars that happen and shit. Why the war is happening. Go ahead.
of war and of evil.
Evil. This is the evil time. Bad times, man. Evil. A lot of evil things are happening. You know. Go ahead.
And of pestilence.
Pestilence, man. It's pestilence happening right now. You know. Go ahead. Hey.
A prophet which prophesies of peace. When the word of the prophet shall come to pass, then shall that prophet be known, that the Lord hath truly sent him. Then Hananiah the prophet.
Oh, that's it right there. Joel 2:1. So that's what the Most High set us up to be prophets. We didn't boast of ourselves. We wasn't 6 years old and said, "Mommy, I want to be a prophet." You know, we had dreams of being musicians and other things other than, you know, what we call to do now. But Most High turned us away from those things. He said, because it's the end of times. This, according to the Most High, is what He set up. Go ahead.
So Joel 2:1. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion.
Where's the trumpet? This trumpet right here, man. This is the trumpet. We blowing this trumpet. Go ahead.
And sound an alarm in my holy mountain.
We sound an alarm because it's an emergency. It's like, you know, Jerusalem is under surveillance, under attack. You know, we're besieged again, like the Romans besieged us. In old Jerusalem, Jerusalem is a people for it is a place. They got this place surrounded. They got Jake surrounded, building blocks in his neighborhood, underground places, underground bunkers in his neighborhood to come out and drag them and put them on a concentration train and shit, and take them right to the concentration camp. Go ahead.
Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble.
Yeah, y'all should be trembling. They should be like, oh, it should be, you know, they had, when they hear one city sound that alarm bell, the other city, the bell is so big, doom, doom, and then the other city sound, and then it echoes all through. Like, we under attack, man. Wake everybody up, you know, go ahead.
For the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand.
Yeah, the day of coming is nigh at hand. That's why we out here. That's why we prophesying. That's why we telling you it's what's about to happen. The apostles was prophesying this shutdown, you know, this mass event greater than the 9/11, and it's still getting trickled down to some more horrific events. Go ahead. That's it. That was it on that.
That was one.
Okay. That was one. Yeah, that was. It was just two.
A day of darkness.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
A day of darkness and of gloominess.
Dark, that's what the day of the Lord is. Everybody think it's just a so-called white man coming back, dancing, passing out flowers, candy, you know, casting out gifts. No, a day of dark and gloominess, man. Go ahead.
A day of clouds and of thick darkness.
Thick darkness. Go ahead.
As the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong, there hath not been ever like it. The like, neither shall be any more after it,
Yeah.
even to the years of many generations.
Yeah, man. This is gonna be the most horrific thing ever that has happened on this earth. Horrific time. This is the end of all end. The end of the end, man. You know, after this, it ain't gonna be no more kingdoms established equally. Ain't gonna be no kingdoms fighting for the power. Everything gonna be shut down after this, man. America gonna be pulverized, turned to ashes and dust. And Jerusalem, the kings and priests of Jerusalem, they gonna rule throughout the whole world and the planet and all that, man. You know, they trying to throw people off by saying they discovering planets and, you know, getting closer to planet Nebula and coming up with these new planets and all that, man. Most High got y'all deceived, man. You know, talking about extraterrestrials, aliens coming from another dimension of the world.
Yeah, those new planets are going to be for the elect, man, to
Yeah,
explore,
exactly.
to discover, you know?
They trying to discover, trying to say about aliens and stuff, alien invasion. Most High got things under the sea that's alien on your ass. Leviathan. He got different creatures under the sea that'll scare men to half to death, man. To death. Give up the ghost just by seeing some of these creatures. And as an alien. You know? Alien just means strange, man. It ain't no monster, green monster inside of a spaceship, man. With bubbly eyes and all that. It's strange. It's something, a strange invasion. That mean, and it says that in the scriptures in the Apocrypha. They should be, marvel at the strangeness of their salvation. That's strange, man. And the things that are not acquainted with us and that we don't suppose to partake of is strange to us, man. It's strange to see our women with blonde hair. It's strange to see our women with cosmetic surgery with a fake butt and lips and all that. Strange to see men, big muscular men with other big muscular men, or even with men, period. You know? Strange to see a woman wanting another woman, knowing that they can't have babies, and even vice versa. Those are the strange things, man. They passed that bull and talking about it's something strange coming from the sky. No, y'all strange, man. Y'all the ones that don't fit in, man. Yahweh Shai said when he was on earth, he said, I'm from above, man. You know? I'm from a place you can't go. Where is that, man? That's another dimension, man. Like, y'all the ones that's bugged out. People on this earth, man, you know, like, got the big head thinking they the people and shit, man. If you ain't connected with the Most High, you ain't the people, man. You strange. You the ones that don't belong on earth. The sun is against you. You the ones that have to do certain things to survive this world and the earth and make people like you and shit. You know? To fit in. We don't have to fit in. We just regular people here on earth. And we recognize our maker. We honor our maker, our power. And our power comes from the heavens, man. You know? These stupid people don't even believe in a power, but there's the moon and the sun and the stars up there, and they have an orderly fashion. You gonna tell me the Big Bang Theory created an orderly fashion up there in the heavens, man? To work down for the earth? You know what I'm saying? It works for the earth, man. Like, why ain't the sun just getting out of order and saying, hey, I'm gonna burn up earth. Earth ain't worth shit. It's hot enough. Why don't the sun create enough energy to just kill everybody on earth? Just burn them up. You know why? Because it's a glory. Most High made the sun for what it's supposed to operate in. It can't go past its boundary. It's made for what it does. Right. Most High can make it stay up or longer and all that. He controlled it, you know. Yeah, by Shem Yahweh Shai, but you know, Most High, he said the earth abideth forever. He loves his creation of what he created. It's man that's doing That's why I said Most High is going to destroy him that destroyed the earth, man. They're the ones that destroying the earth, man. If the so-called white man wasn't doing this, we'd be able to still drink from the rivers, man. The wells and all that. The gold would still be in the waters. The bottom feeder would still be cleaning the ocean and all that, man. The air would be breathable, man. The air would be a fruit on every tree, man. You know? It's the him that's doing this, man. So that's why he got to be taken out. That's why we got to prophesy against these evil things that's causing these things. You know, go ahead.
A fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth.
Mm-hmm. That was it on that. Amos 3 and 6. But the Most High is coming with some chariots, man. They hate that, man. It's documented proof. They can't even hide those documents. They can't hide the truth. It's already, the cat's already out the bag, like they say, man. They can't act like the chariots don't exist now. There's too many people seeing strange lights. The truth is coming out at the same time. Things unexplained, so people gonna be like, well, those must be the chariots, man. Because they haven't explained otherwise. All they say is some alien invasion. That ain't enough. People want more answers. They want definite answers, man.
Yeah, they already came out with it.
Yeah.
The Navy already admitted
Yeah,
to it.
exactly.
Unidentified aerial phenomena.
Yep. God.
So Amos 3 and 6.
Yep.
Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid?
City of the people, man. Read it again.
What? Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid?
Yeah, this trumpet is this word. Like, we warning the people that there's going to be hell coming. It's going to be confusion. It's going to be madness. It's going to be plagues in the mind. It's going to be men's heart failing them for fear. It's going to be neighbor against neighbor. It's going to be perilous things going on. You know, and so but they're not afraid. That means they're not in tune with what's really going on and about to happen, man. Go ahead.
Shall there be evil in a city, and the Lord hath not done it?
And they don't even know this. The Most High is doing all this, but you know, they think this is natural events in the world. You know, they think, okay, we're gonna get over it, bounce back. You know, nah, man. When these tsunamis come, tornadoes, hurricanes, and mudslides, and all that, wars happen. You're supposed to be praying to the Most High, like Baba Kashai, have mercy upon me, Most High, because that's judgment on the earth, man. These tsunamis and these earthquakes, they take millions of people away, man. You know, these plagues, these diseases. They talking about millions and millions of people dying from these diseases. You're supposed to be praying to the Most High, like, man, if it's the end of time, Most High, please have mercy upon my soul. This ain't no joke or no flyaway night thing, and that something's not happening on earth. You know, it's more things, horrific things happening than there have ever been. They say that all the time. Nothing happened like this in like years, or sometimes things never happened in the history of time. You know, it ain't never happened in the history of time. Remember that tsunami that would threaten all the states, pretty much like most of the states. From that one that happened in Japan, I think, an earthquake and a tsunami happened, and they said, hey, it might take out California or parts of California, the whole state. You know, or what happens in one city affects every other city. Or you take down to 9/11, that was a big effect to the whole America.
Yeah, the economy.
Yeah, and that's in New York, but it affected the whole economy. So you can't be like, well, that's just that state over there, or that city over there, and as long as it ain't reaching over here, no, man. This thing that's coming is going to affect everybody. It's going to be a global effect. They shut down over there and all across the world on the other side. They wearing masks and all that, man. This is a global thing right now, man. You know? You got president wearing, damn, man, his colleagues or whatever wearing masks and shit. Come on, man. This ain't no joke and shit. This ain't no fly-by-night thing, man. And they talking about a second wave. And it could be a third wave. It could be a fourth wave. You know? You don't know what's coming. You gotta pray the Most High is with you, man. Go ahead.
Surely the Lord power will do nothing, but he revealeth his secrets. his servants, the prophets.
Yeah, he revealed his secrets to the servants, his prophets. That's why we out here. We know about that. We know about the trumpet being blown. We know that that's an alarm to Israel. You know? When you see something strange on the street, a group of men, and they talking about Babylon and this and gonna be destroyed, you be like, wait, hold on, I ain't never heard of this before. Churches ain't never said that before. Like, what's going on? They angry. You know, it said wise man, it make pressure make a wise man mad. They angry. You gotta stop and say, what y'all, what's going on? Well, shit, this and that. YouTube videos about, you know, how they sacrificing children, how they turning little boys into girls and little girls into boys, how they having them choose their own sexes at an age of 4, 3. There's men on the earth sleeping with little children. There's a law in the Talmud that allows you to sleep with little girls, the little boys at 3 years old, or marry them. You can marry a beast. You can marry your car. That's out of order, man. What the hell? You supposed to be sitting up there with a woman and you marrying a beast and shit, or a slave laying down with a beast? Fuck out of here, man. Who made that rule? Where's that? Where is that in the scriptures? You can do that. How people know they ain't of those kind of traits? But following this system and being reprobate, and without the Spirit of Most High, that'll lead you to do that shit, man. You know, our women end up doing that. You wonder how a man, a big buff man, turns into a sodomite because he don't got the Spirit of the Most High. Simple as that. Go ahead. That was it on that, huh? Let's see, Proverbs 20 and 23. We'll get a few more before we close out.
So Proverbs 20 and 23. Divers weights are an abomination unto the Lord.
Yeah, you can't have diver weights, man. And nobody have weights with 50 pounds on one side and then 100 pounds on the other. You're going to fall over, man. You're going to have a just balance to understand everything while it's going on. You know, you can't say, oh, America needs to be saved, or y'all going off if you don't understand what America has done in the depths of why we sin that America needs to be destroyed, or even eat them. Go ahead.
And a false balance is not good.
Yeah, a false balance is not good. It's going to throw you off, man. Your balance is understanding what's going on, you know, why there's war, you know, what they're doing, why they went into war, who caused it, you know, what are they looking for, you know. When that shit that popped out with, they went over there in Afghanistan and all that and shut that place down in Iran, they was looking for oil in them, you know. Even the invasion of Japan on Pearl Harbor, they set that up so they can go to war with them because they, you know, they got a pipeline. They had a pipeline going with oil in it. That was that called purple coal, man. So they you know, because a lot of these nations, they dig underground and they got different tax breaks to dig underground and then they start building pipelines to share oil with each other, trade oil with each other. And America finds that out, or they have some detection or something, and they find it out, they're going to be, oh, these motherfuckers, you know, they're trying to trade between themselves. They're trying to, you know, they're trying to leave us out of the thing, out of the pot. Because all these world leaders, they come together at a table and say, okay, well, we got trade, we got this, we'll trade you for that, we got that, okay, y'all do this, give us this and we'll give you that. But if somebody got some ill dealings, which America always has, they going to war, man.